Greetings to one and all, it's your old buddy Jay here coming at you with another episode of Countermeasures. I am back in the drawing room. It's episode 6. I am still continuing on doing some illustrations for the Call of the Sea comic book. I've got a few more to do on that before I switch over to do something slightly different next week. But before I do that, I'm just going to have a little review of what I've been doing with my guy here. So he's completed now, so I'm pretty pleased with where he ended up. I tweaked out his hand and did a few other things earlier, so he's all sorted. I also did this one. Let's have a look. Which is this sort of another sort of quick sketch that I did of the soldier character, which I quite liked how angry he's looking in this one. So that's another good one, reference point of view for my when I actually come to doing the proper pages. And then I just did another one of Emily where I just kept it really, really simple. I didn't do quite so much hair texture in her this time, but I thought she was looking quite good. Again, doesn't need to take ages. It's just an impression of what she could look like. So I've got a sort of good cross section of what's happening with her at the moment. So I really just have one more that I want to complete this week, which is from my sketchbook, which is this character. Now he is another antagonist. Now I think his name is 66, but we're going to be working on that anyway. So I'm kind of that's in development at the moment. What he's called, but the main point is that I am going to do a sort of more definitive version of him now. So what I'm thinking is that I did have some lag happening earlier. It usually starts when I start drawing, so I think there's an issue with the recording of the strokes on the iPad and recording live and keeping those in sync. So it might be that I jump out of sync in a minute, in which case I might just try a few different things of switching off the video with me in it to see if that makes any difference. But let's crack on anyway and see. It was slowly improving on the last stream, but it still wasn't 100%. So I'm just going to knock that back to about 43%. And then we're just going to kind of do a quick and dirty on this guy. I'm going back with my brush pen, make sure we're on 100% black. 40 is probably a little bit high, so we'll drag that down to 21, I think. That tends to be the sweet spot on this guy. Now I like this chap because he's got a lot of energy about him. There's a lot of movement in here. I want to try and capture a little bit of that. And also I'm going to change his eye mask as well, but let's just start off with his giant eyebrow. Is on the brush pen. Okay. A kind of grumpy smirk I quite like. Now what I want to do is actually give him a little bit more of a kind of fabric patch rather than this kind of danger mouse looking thing I've got going on here. So what we're going to do is put this over here like this. And we'll just bring that in like that. And then we'll just bring a little bit of that in there. And we can work some fabric stuff into him. But I think something like that feels a little bit better than where we are. I might actually just open that up a little bit more there, so it's not so uniform. Yep. Okay. Now his face. He's kind of slightly looking down as well, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that in. Cheekbone. And just bring his chin down here. I'm going to take that thicker up there. Okay. And then ears. Just doing a little scamp here. Okay, he's kind of like a secondary character, so I'm still working on fleshing him out, but he is in the first episode. That first issue, I should say. Okay. How's that looking? Yeah, he's kind of getting there. Yeah, okay. We're going to give him this crazy big hair, so let's do this. Quite like how he's got his kind of this sort of 80s mullet thing going on. A bit of that can overlap there. Okay, I'm going to put a bit in there. He's kind of got this, so I like this kind of blonde 80s mullet thing going on. You know, because hairdressers aren't that many of them in the future, I guess. Something a bit manga about him that I like as well. Yeah, okay. Now he's got this sort of crazy leather jacket on. I'm not quite sure why I put him in that, but let's just go with it. Just pull that down. I'll pull him out there. And just pick that back up. Just there. How's that looking? Nope, not quite right. Put it out. Down like that. Yes. Okay. Now. Kind of cascading material. I quite like how that sort of fits. Feels like it should be a brown leather jacket for some reason. I'm not going to bother drawing in the rest of that down there, but I do want to put this in. Okay, and then maybe just a little sort of suggestion of how that might cross into there. Yep. How's my lag going? No. Yeah, let's just pull a bit more of this out here. There we go. Okay, let's move this mic back a little bit. And then we can get to work. So I think maybe the structure of him's looking pretty good. And now I'm going to flesh him out a little bit. Okay. So it's going to push his. Yeah, okay. And I think we're just going to put a little, like I said, I never kind of stay in one place for long. Give that a bit of a lift. That too. Yeah, okay. Now the other side, I'm going to kind of do something similar but not too much. Okay. Okay. We're just going to pull that in like that. Just to bring that edge forward. And we'll do the same on this side. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's break those up a bit. That's better. Just put a little bit of extra texture into those. Okay. Right, now we've got to do okay. I wonder if the lag kind of comes in on this stream the further down the line I'm doing it. 'Cause usually when I start off it's fine, but then in about half an hour or so it starts to get a bit jittery. Maybe I just need to shorten the streams a bit. Okay. So we're just going to make the brush a bit smaller. I'm being a bit quicker with this one. He's kind of pretty happy with how he looks already. I'm just going to curve that in like that. We'll do the same on this side. Okay. Now let's do something drastic. Let's do something we've never done before. Right, we're going to go hard round. We're going to bump that up to about 90. Nope, we're going to go even higher. We're going to bump that up to about 500. We're going to paint in all of this. Crazy, man. Now, just to see where that's going to go, let's just pull that back a bit. Okay. Now, we only do black and white on this stream. Until next week, I'm going to do something slightly different, but for the most part, it's black and white. Yep, I must remember top third, otherwise you can't see it. Okay. So we know that's painted in black. We're going to work on the highlights on this. And luckily this guy's hair is blonde, so I think we're all right. Now those edges are going to be redefined when I do draw them in. So I'll just fill all of this. Just going to go roughly around here, and then we can finish off the edge details in a bit. Now let's see. I'm just filling this edging. I love how my own cam is generally just pointing at the top of my head. I don't know if to fix that or just leave it. Does it matter? I see my ugly old mush all the time. Right, let's just bring the size of that down. I'm just going to feed a bit more of this into here. Bring that down again. Yes! Okay, let's just cut that in as well. And I'm just going to take this chap out. Put him in like that. Finger touch. Okay. The old scarf. Now what we've got is essentially a masked off area where this dude's jacket, is it going up? Let's see, yeah, let's take it right up. Yeah, it's probably going to be something like that. Okay. Yep. Okay. So what I've got is a layer now. I should have, unless I just pasted that into another one. Yeah. Let's turn him off. We're going to turn this off too. So we have this mask here. Now, if I'm correct in thinking, yay, this is exactly what I want to do. But I need it to be 100%. Let's see. Yep. 100% light in colour. Okay. Do we want that one? Or do we want to give him a little bit more texture like this one? Go away, go away. I want you. That one. Nope, too textured. This one. These are just some textures that I put in when I was trying to sort of work out what the style might be. Yes, we have a winner. I like it. Okay, so when I was trying to work out what the style was going to be, There was at one point thought that I would maybe flood this with a texture after I'd done all the black work, so that it ended up with this really cool kind of printing. Now I'm still not 100% convinced that I won't do that, but for the purpose of this drawing, I think we can. Yeah, I think we're looking good. So let's turn. So he's still on. Okay, let's turn him. Now the question is, yeah, it's going to overlay that lot. So what I want to do is just grab that texture, bring it down above layer 26. Then all my pen work, I need to be above that and back on. And then I need this guy to do the same. I think we need to put him over the top and back on. Yeah, okay. It just gives him a little bit of a, an edge to it. Now it is far too light. So what I want to do is I want to edit. Now then, smart filters. No, it's not supported on mobile devices yet. So if I was on the Mac, that would be an easy pull. Okay, let's see. We could try a few different hard mix. Yeah, okay. Maybe. Divide. Well, I guess it could also be white, which I don't mind at all. It would be a lot easier to do that, but yeah, I don't need that one. Let's have a look at the hard mix. That's fine, but it's still not quite right. Linear light. Not quite right. Overlay, lighten color, color dodge, screen, lighten, darken color. Just a matter of playing around with these a little bit. Yeah. Dissolve. See, dissolve's kind of right, but it just needs to be the brightness and contrast. I want to bring the brightness down so that it's not quite black. Maybe it is black. So if it was black like there, that I can live with. I don't want it to be grey. Blend mode, normal. Okay, yeah. Let's try that. I think. I don't know. I change my mind every 5 minutes. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. So let's close that up. Brightness and contrast on that. Now what I want to do is where's my magic wand? Yeah. So I'm going to click on the layer that I just drew in. So that'll select that. Then I want to invert. So it's selecting the negative space. I want to erase. But I'm on the wrong layer. I want to erase now. There we go. Yeah. Now I've actually got that texture. We can deselect that. Let's have another look at that. Let's see, what effects have we got? No, they don't give me the option now. Let's just try going back through these again. So I want it to be dark, but I don't want it to be I don't even mind it going to white. Yeah, divide's not quite enough. Colour, luminosity. Everyone loves luminosity. Yeah, let's just do that. I think that's pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. I didn't want it to be too crazy. Yeah, so we're getting everything in. There's a lot of black in there, that's for sure. Yeah, this shows that we can put textures in. Alright, let's do another layer. Now we're going to paint a little bit of white in now. So let's change that over to brush pen. We're going to stick it at about 32. I just want to do a little bit of this. And on this here. Too much? Yes, absolutely too much. Just need a touch. That's it. And then a little bit on here. Not too much. I'm just catching that edge there. And there. Swanky! And then we're just going to put a little bit more. Maybe just catch a few of these. What do you think? Nah, I think I like it just on the collar. Okay. So that's the jacket. What's next? Hair. Okay, let's do another layer just to keep everything separate. Right, let's stick that down to about there. He's a bit more manga style, this guy, but that's okay. We can have a little bit of fun with that. Just because he is a bit more freehand compared to the others doesn't mean I can't have some detail in there that just gives him a bit of a lift. How's my lag? Yeah, alright, drawing's catching up. Seems to be alright tonight. Maybe it's also to do with how many people are actually streaming. That could have something to do with it as well, I guess. I don't know. Bandwidth? I don't know what any of that means. It's a guess. Yeah, so we're going to just feather this out a bit. Don't like that bit being too hard on the old eye. Let's put some of this in. This is when the lagging tends to happen. Anyway, who knows? I think what happens is it's trying to catch up with my drawing and filming me at the same time. That's giving it a bit of grief, but whatever, we'll see. Now I'm going to stop probably in about, I don't know, whenever I've done this one, in about kind of 10-15 minutes, and maybe do a little bit of gaming. Who knows? I have been known to do that from time to time. Dude's got some serious curls. You just can't get straightening tongs in the future in the apocalyptic wasteland. No Nicky Clark products for this guy. Seem to be doing a lot of hair this week. It's because a lot of headshots I've been working on. I guess that's the way it goes. How we doing? I quite like this guy because his eyes are a little bit further down his forehead. He's meant to be kind of tipping his head slightly forward, but I'm not sure that comes across that well. Maybe we'll just bring his hairline down a bit more so it doesn't look so bizarre. Okay, how are we doing? Yeah, he's doing okay. He definitely needs tidying up. I feel like he's a little bit sort of fast and loose compared to some of the other ones, but that's okay. That I don't mind. I'll just put a bit more. That was a bit odd. How's he looking there? Yeah, he looks a bit crazy, but he's alright. Yeah, I don't want to do too much more to him, but I think you kind of get the idea. I like the texture in his jacket and the little highlights. His eye patch is a bit crazy. This part here probably needs to be a little bit sort of indented in so that it's not quite so sticky outy. But you know, I don't mind for the moment. It just looks like he's got a lot of hair sticking out over it. Yeah, okay, right. So that's all I'm going to do today. I just wanted to make a start on that one. Actually got a little bit further than I thought. So yeah, he's kind of ready for the gallery that I'm building up on the wall here of all my drawings for this. Now, if you want to tune in to any more of these, obviously I stream live on twitch.tv/counter__measures. Where you can find me at totally random times. I have no schedule at the moment, but that's going to be something I'm going to try and nail down in the coming weeks. I think maybe Wednesday night might be my night. You know, from about kind of 8 till 10 or something. I might try and do that, but let's just see how that goes. So you can also see any of these recordings post live stream at youtube.com/countermeasures. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's instagram.com/counter_measures. And jasonmeasures.com for all other illustration stuff that I do. I also run a design business, and I have done for the last 14 and a bit years. That's called Deadline, which you can see my work at deadlinecreative.co.uk. And that is about it. Now, I'm probably going to try and come back and do something tomorrow. It depends. I've got a little bit of free time in the evenings at the moment, so I'm trying to get as much of this done as possible. So yeah, if you want to tune in tomorrow, probably about 8:30, then I will be back doing something. But until then, be good, stay safe, and be kind to one another. Cheers. I'm gone.